When you think of the United States, images of bustling cities like New York, Los Angeles, or Chicago might come to mind. But here's a surprising fact. Nearly half of the country is sparsely populated. States like Wyoming, Montana, North Dakota, and Alaska have vast areas with almost no one living there. Why is this the case? Why do so few people choose to live in such enormous parts of America? The United States is the third largest country in the world, covering about 3.8 million square miles. That's a massive land area, but its population of over 330 million people isn't spread out evenly. A few regions, like the Northeast and the West Coast, are densely packed with people, while others are nearly empty. For example, the state of Wyoming is larger than the United Kingdom but has fewer than 600,000 residents. Meanwhile, New York City alone has over 8 million people crammed into an area much smaller than Wyoming. Geography plays a major role in this uneven population distribution. Many of the least populated states are dominated by rugged terrain, harsh climates, and remote locations. Take Alaska, for instance. It's the largest state in the U.S., but it has fewer than 1 million residents. Much of Alaska is covered by mountains, forests, and tundra, making it difficult to build infrastructure or sustain large communities. Montana, another sparsely populated state, is known for its beautiful landscapes, including vast plains and the Rocky Mountains. While these areas are stunning, they're not ideal for farming, manufacturing, or large-scale industry, which are typically the foundations of population growth. The same is true for Nevada, where much of the land is desert. Las Vegas might be famous worldwide, but beyond its borders, Nevada's dry and inhospitable terrain makes it difficult to live there. Another reason why half of America is empty is the lack of economic opportunities in these areas. The economy of the United States has historically clustered around urban centers. Cities like New York, Los Angeles, and Chicago offer jobs in industries like finance, technology, entertainment, and healthcare. These job opportunities attract people, causing cities to grow larger over time. In contrast, many of the less populated states rely heavily on industries like agriculture, mining, and oil production. These industries require large areas of land but relatively few workers. A single farmer in the Great Plains, for instance, might manage hundreds or even thousands of acres with the help of machinery. As a result, these states don't have the same need for large populations. History has also played a part in shaping America's population distribution. During the westward expansion in the 19th century, settlers moved across the country in search of new opportunities. However, the regions they settled often depended on available resources and natural conditions. Areas with fertile soil, like the Midwest, became hubs for farming communities, while harsher environments, like the deserts of the Southwest or the mountains of the Rockies, remained sparsely populated. Additionally, infrastructure developed unevenly across the country. Major railroads, highways, and cities tended to form where there was already economic activity, leaving many remote areas disconnected. This historical pattern has persisted into the modern era. Living in sparsely populated states can also be challenging due to limited infrastructure. Roads, schools, hospitals, and internet access are often spread thin in these areas. For example, some rural parts of Montana or Alaska might be hours away from the nearest town. This isolation makes it harder for people to access basic services, deterring many from settling there. In urban areas, public transportation, schools, and healthcare facilities are concentrated, making city life more convenient. This creates a feedback loop. Cities grow because they're convenient, and they become even more attractive as they develop further. Weather and climate also influence where people live. States like North Dakota, Montana, and Wyoming experience long, harsh winters with freezing temperatures that can plunge well below zero for weeks at a time. These states often face blizzards that can make travel dangerous or impossible and bring daily life to a standstill. Heavy snowfall can accumulate to several feet, requiring continuous snow removal efforts for roads, driveways, and even rooftops to prevent structural damage. The cold isn't just uncomfortable, it can be hazardous. Frostbite and hypothermia are real dangers in these conditions, especially for those who are unprepared or lack access to adequate heating. Living in such environments requires specialized housing designed to retain heat efficiently. The infrastructure in these regions also needs to account for the cold, with roads requiring constant maintenance to manage icy conditions and power lines designed to withstand ice buildup. In contrast, states like Arizona and Nevada deal with the opposite extreme: intense heat, especially during the summer months. In places like Phoenix, Arizona, summer temperatures can soar above 110 degrees Fahrenheit for days or even weeks at a time. This level of heat poses its own set of challenges. It can make outdoor activities nearly impossible during daylight hours and can be dangerous for vulnerable populations, such as the elderly or those with pre-existing health conditions. Dehydration and heat stroke are common risks in these regions. To combat the heat, homes and buildings must rely on air conditioning, which leads to high energy costs. Without air conditioning, indoor temperatures can become unbearable, even life-threatening. Infrastructure must also be adapted to withstand the extreme heat. Roads, for example, can soften or crack under prolonged high temperatures, requiring frequent repairs. Another critical factor in hot, arid states is water scarcity. Arizona and Nevada are located in the desert Southwest, where water is a precious resource. These states depend on rivers like the Colorado, as well as reservoirs, for their water supply. However, the demand for water often outstrips supply, leading to restrictions on usage and concerns about long-term sustainability. Landscaping in these areas frequently uses drought-resistant plants and xeriscaping techniques to minimize water consumption. But even with these measures, the availability and cost of water can be a significant drawback for residents. Ultimately, both extremes, bitter cold winters and searing hot summers, deter large populations from settling in these regions. While some people thrive in these conditions or are drawn to the natural beauty of these areas, many find the challenges too great to overcome, contributing to the sparse populations in these states. Cultural and social factors also play a role. Many people prefer the amenities and opportunities of city life, including entertainment, education, and career prospects. In sparsely populated states, the sense of isolation can be a significant drawback. While some people value the solitude and close-knit communities of rural areas, others find the lack of social and cultural activities unappealing. So, what does the future hold for the empty half of America? While population trends may shift over time, it's unlikely that these areas will become as densely populated as the coasts or major urban centers. Advances in technology, such as remote work and renewable energy, might make it easier for some people to move to these regions. However, the challenges posed by geography, climate, and limited infrastructure will likely keep much of America's interior sparsely populated for the foreseeable future.